San Francisco Giants. We talked about winners and losers in the offseason, and we mentioned the San Francisco Giants because they were apparently very close to signing Aaron Judge. They didn't get him. They were close to signing Carlos Correa. They didn't get him. But their over-unders at 81.5. They won 81 games last year. What do you got? And I feel like we're going to agree with this, and I hate it.
We're not going to agree. We're not going to agree.
Okay, let's hear it.
Does 81 seem high to you?
It seems very high.
It seems a little high to me, too. I'm going over. I'm going over on the Giants. I started to really look at their roster. I like the pitching. They got Logan Webb, Alex Cobb, Alex Wood. They got Manaea from who used to be over in Oakland. That's a solid, not great. That's a solid rotation. They've got Yastrzemski. They've still got Crawford. They've got some bats. Conforto, I'm not really. Everyone seems a little high on Conforto. He's been out of the game for a while. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do. I mean, potentially that could be a steal of a contract. I think it was a good contract for them to see what they get, but it's not any sort of a lock there. I think their lineup is good enough. I actually do think that they go over, just barely. But to me, the most disappointing thing is, and I said this before, I said, San Francisco, it's not your fault. You tried to spend $1 billion. Nobody took your money. They were one superstar away from having a really good team this year. To me, it felt like. I felt like if you put Aaron Judge in that lineup, if you put Correa in that lineup, they were pretty decent. Maybe not just for this year, but they were starting to build something. And I think they hit a roadblock. But I think they overachieve a little bit. I think they're 83, 84 wins this year.
I think if you put Aaron Judge and Carlos Correa on any lineup, they're going to look better, right? So I get what you're saying.
Right.
I get what you're saying. But at the same time, they won 81 last year. They lost Carlos Rodon, which was amazing for them. Obviously, he got paid in New York. Yes. Evan Longoria, older guy, veteran guy, but he was still very good. Brandon Bell, who has been there for what it feels like forever, he's gone. So I'm looking at the pieces that are gone, and who did they replace them with? Like you mentioned, Michael Conforto hasn't played baseball in a while. We don't know what to expect there. I like Mitch Haniger a lot. But it feels like it's him, Jock Peterson, which is very hit or miss. You also got Mike Yastrzemski. So it's Haniger. Like, those are the faces of your offense. And I don't think that's great. Pitching-wise, they're okay. They have a solid bullpen. Camilo Doval, one of the best closers in baseball. Yep. I'm not worried about that. That's how they're gonna win games. It's gonna be pitching. They're gonna have to win those 3-2 games. Like, their offense, I don't think it's gonna be lights out by any means. Obviously, Joey Bart, that was their big time prospect. He has to show up. It's time for him to show up. He was the Buster Posey's replacement. He hasn't really done much. But I got to go under because they won 81 last year. I just don't think they're better. And that's what I'm going off by. Aside from that, the Padres got a lot better. The Dodgers are still the Dodgers. I have them better than the Giants, of course. And we still got two teams behind the Giants that we're going to be talking about soon. So I just think probably 77, 78 wins for the Giants. And again, very close. And we talked about how every time Vegas gives a team 81.5, it's one of the toughest over-unders to make, over-under predictions to make. Yeah. And with the Giants again, it's one of those same examples, where
we were much more confident with the Padres than on this one.
But I'm glad we disagree because that means one is going to be right.
I was getting sick of agreeing with you there. But no, that was a tough one to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so again, I think I like the fact that they try to spend. They just weren't able to, so I'm just going off of that. If they would have gotten one of them, maybe their over-under would have been like an 84, 85. That's how much of an impact those guys like Aaron Judge and Correa have. But I'm going under, and I'm not as sure as the Padres and Dodgers, just like you, but I'm still going under.